Have you ever made an agreement with yourself that was false? You may not even know that you had made the agreement with yourself, but this agreement, this belief has affected every single aspect of your life. And if you only could change this one agreement, this one belief in your life, everything in your life would change. Instead of understanding the agreement, of understanding the belief that you made with yourself, you decided to change everything about who you are so that others would like you. I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to share something with you right now that I usually don't share. At the tender age of 3 years old, it was 1.5 and 3 that these events occurred. And I wanted so badly to be accepted and loved by my 3 older sisters. These 3 women, I admire the most. They are 15, 18, and 21 years older than I. So at the age of 3, I didn't understand what was wrong with me. From my point of view, everyone chose to leave. My oldest sister, who's 21 years older than I, was married and had children. She lived 3 hours away. I believe she didn't want to be around me. I saw my second oldest sister get married and move to Texas when I was 16 months old. Yeah, 16 months old. Do you know how far away Texas is to a 1.5-year-old? I felt so lost without my Jane. That's what I called her when I was young. For many, many years, that's what I called my middle sister. I loved her so much. She did my nails. We did everything together. I looked up to these women so much, literally because I was 3 and looking up, but then it continued throughout my entire life. I then saw my next oldest sister, who is 15 years older than I. So at the age of 3, she graduated high school and went off to college. I was alone. It was obvious to me at the age of 3 that whatever I did, people did not like and always left. So let me clarify something for you. Because I find this when I'm working with a lot of people, all right? That we have these beliefs and these agreements that we take on that are so deeply ingrained, that they are within us. But these beliefs are stopping us from truly being who we are meant to be. This is not a story about what's wrong with the sisters or even what's wrong with me. It's about observations that I made and things that I took upon myself and agreed upon to then have it affect every aspect of my life. The subconscious mind is where the beliefs about ourselves are stored. The subconscious mind is formed between conception and age 6. The subconscious takes on information and learns about itself and its surroundings through the 5 senses: sight, sound, smell, touch, and taste. I'll give you an example. At the age of 3, I remember my sister Jane, my Jane, coming to visit. And I can still get emotional because I can take myself back to that place. And that is what we do so often, right when we're on a verge of this amazing leap, of leaping with our soul, and doing these things, creating new things, doing the thing that we're meant to do. We take ourselves back to those moments that may be fearful to us. And so I can recall back with my sight, sound, smell, taste, and touch the moment. So my middle sister had come home and visited, and she was going down the lane to go back to the airport to go down to Texas to be with her husband and start, like she was living a life down there. So logically, this is happening. It has nothing to do with my belief that there's something wrong with me and everybody always leaves has nothing to do with my sisters. They were out living their life, but I took it on. All right. So then I'm standing there, windowsill, light oak windowsill, 3-pane window, big picture window in my parents' ranch style house. I'm standing at there. The curtains are slightly drawn. I'm in the curtains. 3 years old. This is where the window was to me. And I saw her driving down the lane. And I remember the emotion so well that she was leaving me. We had such a great time. What did I do wrong? Why wasn't I enough to make her stay? That belief continued throughout my work, throughout business. That belief then also relates to my core limiting belief that is I want people to completely and wholly, fully accept me. But it wasn't until I started doing the work to heal those beliefs that I will be honestly sharing with you as we journey together through this 12-week soul-led life immersion. It's starting tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern. There's a little plug for you. But it was the work that I'm going to share with you during this 12 weeks that I share with clients. But truly feeling the emotions, embodying the work, going on this journey together. It wasn't until I did the work that I began to see that I was the common denominator amongst all of my relationships, personal and professional. This belief that whatever I did, people did not like and always left, would result in me taking things personal in friendships, amongst family members, at work, in romantic relationships. This belief showed up in me by me not truly being free to be myself at work, at home, honestly, anywhere. I would never have worn this and my hair this way, or even I would not have even purchased this ring because I would have been thinking about would someone else accept me? And like I said, here's the kicker, and I'm wanting to connect all the dots because I know that I'm not the only one who does this. After working with hundreds of people, and I've realized just recently, honestly, that the people who are saying yes also to this 12-week soul-led life immersion really want to set themselves free. And this is the point in my life that I'm sharing with you when I set myself free. But here's the kicker, that core limiting belief that stopped me from making the sale, having the healthy relationships, going for the job that I really wanted, wearing what I wanted to wear, saying what I wanted to say. I wanted to be so fully, completely accepted by others. And you see the conflict here yet? If I wanted to be so completely and fully accepted by others, but also believe that whatever I did, people always left, and they wouldn't like what I did, so they left. This unhealed belief of constantly wanting to be accepted, but whatever I did, they would leave. It was this constant cycle of stuckness. So a lot of people who come to me are like, I feel stuck. We have to identify what is the beliefs that is keeping you stuck in this cycle from moving forward. So do you see the correlation between the limiting belief and how it stops you from truly being your soul? You may not know what that belief is. That's part of the work that we do. Spirit's giving me one freaking amazing question to ask that gets to the core of things. If you have worked with me before and you're like, Sarah Sparks, I thought we'd done this. Let's do it again. There's other layers, all right? So I want to ask you this again. I asked you it in the very beginning, but more people are coming on. Have you ever made an agreement with yourself that was false? If only you could change that one agreement, everything in your life could change. Instead of understanding the agreement you made, or even have an awareness of it, remember there's 3 stages of growth: awareness, understanding, and knowing. So instead of understanding the agreement you made, you decided to change everything about yourself, who you are, so others would actually like you. The need to be liked is keeping you small. So because I believed I wasn't good enough and people would always leave, guess what? Our beliefs are powerful. People always left. I wanted them to stay So I began to dress how they would want me to dress. I wore my hair how others would want me to wear my hair. I did this presentation. I'll be a little funny here. I also thought when I worked for local government that in order to make it anywhere, I had to dress like a man. So when I gave the presentation the first time for a contest speech, I put on a suit. This is Craig's suit. It doesn't fit me, but isn't this symbolic? We put on clothes, we put on beliefs, we put on stuff that we don't actually fit into. It might be too big, it might be too small. More than likely it's too small because your soul's so goddamn big. I wanted people to stay and like me so bad that I dressed and put on. I wanted that job, so I dressed all in black. That's not what I wanted. I wore suits. It's not what I want. Honestly, I thought I was looking pretty good. You could tell, right? And everything changed one Sunday evening on Treasure Island, Florida, when a stranger, strolled up to me and said to me, "You don't smile much, do you?" Keith's making these targets and hearts. Keith may have had this similar experience with this same stranger. And I said to this stranger, "Say what? You don't know me. Who do you think you are telling me I don't smile much?" Have you ever been a little defensive when someone says something to you that smacks you right alongside the face? As the stranger stood before me, I thought for a moment, I had not smiled in over 6 months. Honestly, I had forgotten how to laugh. When you're so focused on dressing and being for everybody else, it's hard as heck to try to be yourself and be happy. All I wanted was for people to love me for me. That's all. That's all I've ever wanted. But how could others love me when I didn't love me? Shit, when I didn't even know who I was, when I was pretending to be somebody that I'm not. How could I expect others to love me for me when I wasn't even loving me for me? When I didn't even know who I was? The Sunday evening stranger and I talked until 4 a.m. That Sunday evening stranger is Mr. Craig Sparks, my husband. The man from my dream that I had when I was 18 years old, but that's another story for another day. What I realized was that I allowed a stranger to see me for me. A stranger. Never once did I allow family members, friends, my ex-husband to know me other than the clothes I wore, the hairstyle I sported, or the type of job and education I obtained. I remember introducing myself during my first year of business with all of the accolades and all of my degrees. I'll tell you at the end of this presentation how I, introduce myself now. Because I believed success and happiness looked like accolades, degrees, certifications, marrying someone at the age of 23 so that my sisters could finally see me as an equal. I was a married adult woman, and I wanted to be seen as that. But that's not what my soul was really yearning for. At every turn of every decision that I was making in that marriage, in that wedding planning, it was no, 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 no. I thought if I was buying a house and the car, it would make me look like I had my life together. Obviously, you could tell, like, I would have my life together looking like this, right? My intuition kicked in that night on that Sunday evening. I remembered the connection that I had to divine when I was 18 years old. And I made another agreement with myself that evening that I would never walk away from my true essence, my inner wisdom, my soul, my true self ever again. Had an invitation to do it yesterday. Not going to. I know too much. So that is why I am standing before you, sharing this open, vulnerable, heartfelt story with you, because I myself had to take that leap, to take the leap to be all in. Be all in on living the life that is fulfilling, free, and soulful. My soul doesn't question who she is anymore. Do these beliefs, these old beliefs that I've already explained to you, come popping into my life every now and again? Yeah, they do. And they will. You are human. I am human. You have a subconscious, a conscious mind, a superconscious mind. I have those things. What I want to share with you is a simpler way to move through life, to heal, to release, to set yourself free of the ego and make that a new agreement with yourself that you will never walk away from yourself ever again. I've done it. I'm never doing it again. Got it? I don't want that for you. Love, you're meant for so much more. You are extraordinary. You are here to laugh, play, run, breathe. Stop holding your breath, waiting for that next moment. Sing, dance, inspire others. Love, you are already free. Set yourself free from the beliefs that hold you in place and keep you stuck. Decide today to take that leap. Join us, Spirit and I, and the people who've already said yes to this 12-week soul-led life immersion. We begin tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern. I'll drop the link in the comments. You can sign up. We will journey together. If you need a payment plan, just message me. We will journey together, hand in hand, every step of the way. You are never alone on this journey in this lifetime. I am here for you. Don't walk away from yourself any longer. It is time to be free. Come home to yourself. You are meant for more. So, I can stand before you knowing. Yes, I'm sitting, but just pretend I'm standing. Standing's more powerful. I can stand before you knowing I've taken off the clothes. I wear my hair how I want to wear my hair, not how other people. I wear the earrings I want to wear. I wear the clothing. I take off the things that no longer fit. And I am an angel that God sent here to strip away the fears and bring you back home to yourself, to your soul, with confidence, trust, and courage, so that you can truly live the life that you are here to experience. I ignite the spark within myself and others. I release what is no longer serving me. I am open to new thoughts, feelings, and emotions. To be even more cheesier, I ignite the spark within myself to start that fire for life. And today I choose willingly to share the gifts and talents God has given me. Today, we will inspire others to do the same. Today, I choose to be free. Do you choose to be free?